edición de Ideas de Negocio contra el Cambio Climático del Mundo. Hoy, la 7ª edición, la celebramos en un formato totalmente inédito, 100% digital, y estamos todos inmersos en este mayor experimento de digitalización a nivel global. 50 países en paralelo están celebrando sus competiciones en formato digital y me complace decir que en la 7ª edición hemos llegado a trabajar y lanzar al mercado 115 startups cleantech en todos estos años. Y esto ha sido posible gracias a un equipo fantástico. En primer lugar, al equipo de Abaesen, que organiza esta competición, un clúster que conecta emprendedores con industrias, con ciudades, con grandes corporaciones y con inversores para poder hacer llegar al mercado a esos proyectos cleantech. También gracias a nuestros partners que han estado con nosotros trabajando codo a codo y apoyando a que esta edición, la 7ª, pueda tener lugar. Y entre ellos, aunque se mencionarán después todos, me gustaría destacar a ClimateLaunchpad, que es el mayor partenariado público-privado de innovación contra el cambio climático de la Unión Europea, impulsado por el Instituto Europeo de Tecnología e Innovación, entre muchos otros. También me gustaría agradecer a los mentores, a este gran equipo que han estado trabajando con nosotros y con los equipos en todos estos años, y este año un año más. Sin ellos hubiese sido absolutamente imposible que celebremos y que veamos lo que vamos a ver a continuación en estas próximas 2 horas. Y, por supuesto, agradecer al jurado que seguramente hoy desplegará una vez más sus encantos y que nos ayudará a seleccionar a esos grandes equipos que nos representarán en la final mundial de ClimateLaunchpad. Y porque este formato inédito digital nos permite que estemos conectados con todo el mundo, ya que esta competición, como decía, se celebra en más de 50 países en paralelo, and because the whole world is looking at us today, allow me to give to set the grounds and the scene today also in English. And for this, let's have a look at this chart that I'm sharing with you today. As you can see, only 6 months ago, the World Economic Forum in January was stating that the biggest risk at global level was the climate action failure. And that attracted also a world immersed in marches, strikes, the COP, but also the launch of the European Green Deal. And then the unthinkable happened, actually, as we can see in this graph as well, although with less likelihood, but really big impact in terms of the harm that it could produce, was the infectious diseases. So the whole world had changed its tune now. And whereas the COVID-19 was a chance of what might occur, climate change is what we know that will occur for sure. And that is why in the EU we consciously decide to kickstart and to regrow our economy, launching and from a new Green Deal. There's €1 trillion opportunity now that the euro is putting on the table over the next years to relaunch the economy. So the green revolution is becoming more important now, and this tendency that we would see before is being accelerated even more. Now, we certainly don't want another lockdown and nor an economic meltdown due to the climate change. And for this, we need to lock ourselves out of the usual scenarios, and I would say to innovate ourselves out of the usual scenarios. So startup solutions are today more important and more needed than ever, because as the president of the European Commission was saying a few weeks before, sooner or later we will find a vaccine against the virus. but there's no vaccine against the climate change. So that is why, and because today, more than ever, we need hope, we are pleased at AVASN, together with our partners, to bring you the 10 best Spanish climate solutions that we've carefully selected from all over Spain and carefully mentored together with our partners. Welcome to ClimateLaunchpad Spain. I trust that one more time, even if in digital format, we will be able to feel the electric excitement that is coming from our startups today and from our entrepreneurs. And I would like to give you, to send you the best of lucks for the participants today, and may the best win.
Okay, thank you, Bianca. So good afternoon to everybody. So let me begin explaining or explaining you or giving to you the name of the the slogan of ClimateLaunchpad: fixing climate change one startup at a time. It defines perfectly which is the more important objective of ClimateLaunchpad. Is the fight against climate change through the creation of new startups. So welcome to the Spanish national final, where you are going to meet the top 10 ideas clean tech. So please, some rules. Please, everybody should have the microphones and the cameras off, and of course, also your mobile phones off. I would like to thank our partners because without them, it will not be possible to be here in this competition. So the partners are Sabadell B Startup, Andersen, Hidraqua with the Napsis Operational Lab, Abranding, and the City Council of Valencia, through Las Naves and Valencia Activa with VLC Tech City. So this year, the competition, globally, we have received more than 3,000 applications with almost 60 countries, more than 50 countries. And in Spain, we have received 54 applications. Between these 54 applications, we have selected the best 10 startups, and we have followed this year, due to coronavirus situation, all the activities in an online version, the online bootcamp, follow-up sessions, and coaching sessions. Today, we are going to have the 10 startups doing their pitch in 5 minutes, and later we will have 3 minutes for the jury for questions and answers. When all the 10 teams have finished with their pitch, we will have the jury discussion, and last, we will have the announcement of top 3 teams. But what are the judging criteria? So they have to evaluate the business or market potential of the startup, the job potential or social impact, the innovation or technology potential of the startups that we are going to listen today, the climate impact. As you can see in this competition, is very important, the climate impact, the strength of the management team, and of course, the quality of the pitch. It's a pleasure for me to introduce you our wonderful jury. First of all, Maria Olleros. She is international partner from Andersen, and she will be our legal expert. Good afternoon, Maria. The micro, Maria, we cannot hear you. Sorry.
Excuse me. Good afternoon, Salome. Nice to be here with you all.
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you, Maria.
You're welcome.
Lauren Arens, he is analyst from B Startup 10, and he will be our financial expert. Good afternoon, Lauren.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Marcos Lacruz, AVASN's president and expert in renewable energies. Good afternoon, Marcos.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Marcos. Ramón López, Open Innovation Manager at SWEB. Good afternoon, Ramón.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome. He will be the expert in water sector. Guadalupe García, Entrepreneurship Management and Innovation Ecosystem from ClimateLaunchpad. She will be expert in climate change. Good afternoon, Guadalupe.
Good afternoon, Salome, and everyone. Great to be here.
Thank you, Guadalupe. And finally, Javier Mateo, Entrepreneurship Sub-Director of Valencia Activa from the Valencia City Council. He's expert in entrepreneurships and smart cities. Good afternoon, Javier.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you, Javier. And what is going to happen today to the three winners of the competitions? So the jury has to select the first three teams, the best three teams, and they will go to the European Regional Final that will take place on September the 10th, where they will compete with 13 more countries in Europe. In this European Regional Final, the top 15 teams will be selected to go to the Global Grand Final on September 23rd and September 25. There will be around 60 countries participating in this global final. And what are the national prizes for today, for winning today? So the first prize will be a marketing voucher sponsored by a branding. The first, second, and third prize will receive free access during 1 year to a Bayesian cluster. First, second, and third prize will receive also invitation to access to a closed training sponsored by Las Naves, with the objective to measure the social and entrepreneur impact. And we are going to have also a public prize in order to give the opportunity to all the persons that are following us through YouTube channel, through ABS's YouTube channel. They are going to be able to vote their favorite startup, and the startup that wins the public prize will win a tablet sponsored by Anderson. And what are the prizes in the global grand final? So the top three, they are going to receive a prize in cash, 10,000 euros for the first winner, 5,000 euros for the second, and 2,500 euros for the third one. And the top 16 startups will have access to ClimateLaunchpad Accelerator. I invite you to share your experience here in the competition, in the Spanish national competition, through our social media using the hashtags that you can see in the slide from Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And I would like to send a special hug to our mentors, because they are a very professional mentors. They have helped very much to our teams, and they are Antonio Sánchez, Lorena Pedros, Israel Griol, Luis Domínguez, and Emilio Gallego. Thank you very much to all of them. And I would like to give a special thanks to our collaborator, Ideas UPV from the Polytechnical University of Valencia. And what are the teams that are going to pitch today? We are going to have to Cold-Feed for Print, Minbox, Clean Energy, ESUS Mobility, Brighty Solar, B-Chain, Aquacorp, Whirlpool Tech, Scroller, and Land to Plan. So let's begin. So now we are going to begin with the first presentation of the team. So I will ask to Juan Escribano for Cold-Feed for Print to be ready. Good afternoon, Juan.
Good afternoon.
So when you begin to your pitch, Your time will begin. Remember that you have 5 minutes.
My pitch is on the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, good afternoon. My name is Juan Escribano. I am the CEO of Coffee for Print, a spin-off company from the Spanish National Research Center. In Coffee, we want to contribute to combating water pollution by making it possible for the first time to produce nanocomposite membranes through 3D printing. Our deal is to sell photocatalytic filaments for 3D printed at a price of 40 euros per gram to the filter manufacturing industry, which will be in charge of producing the membranes according to their specific requirements. Thus, our target market is the European photocatalytic market for air and water treatment, which is forecasted to reach a value of 330 million by 2023. However, in order to access this market, we must validate our product performance as membrane through scientific studies. In this sense, our beachhead market, it's the Spanish research centers. The R&D investment in Spain amount for nearly 50 million euros, which a significant part is dedicated to energy and catalyst application. Nanocomposite membranes enable the complete elimination of contaminants by electro or photocatalytic oxidation. However, its high cost and complexity in their production is hampering the wide deployment. Our value proposition for the photocatalytic market is to reduce the total production cost of this membrane by 62%, since our filaments are easy to manufacture, using basic fused filament fabrication equipment, does not require large installations such as furnaces or coating equipment or drying chambers. In addition, this technology simplifies the number of steps, of manufacturing steps. No material is wasted and allows to obtain complex geometries to solve specific problems. In addition, with this product, we can produce the membranes local without any need of other countries. Our product for this project is Filament Eco, a composite filament of inorganic material. It's supported by a biopolymer matrix. Our patented method allows us to prepare highly homogeneous filaments with custom composition up to 40% in volume of bioactive particles. And for this project, we aim to valorize waste materials from the energy industry, think oxide and carbon from batteries, and use biopolymers. So we're contributing to a circular economy approach and reducing the use of plastics. We have carried out a survey with 20 potential clients from our beachhead market, and we found that the key points that they are looking for are an easy-to-use technology with low operation and maintenance cost, and filaments with high contents of immobilized photocatalytic phase in order to achieve high-performance membranes. We expect to have a market share of 12% by the third year with 48 clients and profit of 425,000 euros per year, thanks to key drivers such as the scalability of the production, the low production cost, and the high number of potential clients. If our nanocomposite membranes were implemented in the entire water treatment network of a country like Spain, with our product, we can save the emission of 170,000 tons of CO2 equivalents per year, taking account the processing of the membranes, the use of recycled materials, and transport of these membranes. Our team is composed by young and high qualified personnel. We also have the support of co-founders and members of the Colloidal Research Group of the Spanish National Research Council. And with this project, we aim to facilitate the access to more efficient pollutant treatments, to consolidate our companies, reaching new high-value markets, and to become a reference for 3D printing functional materials. And thank you.
So thank you, Juan. So Marcos, now it's time for questions and answers from the jury.
Thank you for the presentation. I would like to know who your clients are. Are you addressing directly to the final customers, or you will address to distributors?
Well, we are open with all this kind of clients. First of all, we need to validate our product, as I said. So our first clients will be directly the research centers, which maybe we have with someone we have already some contacts. But then the most easy client, the next client will be chemical material distribution or something like this. And then we want to reach the big market with the catalytic distributors.
Okay, thank you. I believe Lauren has a question for you.
Thank you for your presentation. I would like to know a little bit more about your competitors.
Well, there's no direct competitors at all because there is not much functional material for 3D printing. There's just a few, and most of them are dedicated to bio or bone regeneration or something like this. And also, these kind of membranes are not actually with deployment in entire in every water treatment system because the problems of the production. So there is only a few big companies that are selling this kind of filters or membranes, but it's not a high competitive market right now.
Okay, thank you very much. I think it's time for next startup. Yeah, Maria, you have a question?
Sorry.
Please, your microphone, Maria, we cannot hear you.
Excuse me. I was just wondering if you have considered the fact that if you need some kind of sanitary control or quality control, because
yes,
is it in the process?
We suppose that when we reach this end users market, we will need maybe this kind of certification of sanity. That depends on the use of the water. If for water for human consumption, I think yes. But these products, the materials that we use already are saved for human consumption. We only must to certificate our production method, so it will be more easy.
And is it that considered as a cost in your process? I mean, in your calculation, was that included?
Yes, but it's for a long year. It's not. I saw the calculation for the third year, but maybe this is for it's more later in time, maybe
Okay.
4 to 5 years or something.
Thank you, Juan. I'm sorry, but there is no more time for questions. Thank you, Juan. So we are going to move to our next startup, that is Minbox. We are going to have Clara Java to presenting the
Good afternoon.
the startup.
Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Whenever you're ready, I'll start.
you can start.
Perfect. Hello, my name is Clara, and I'm here to introduce you to Minbox, the future of cleaning and disinfection. Your laptop has 20,000 times more germs than a toilet seat. You have no idea how many people have touched your deliveries, and out of the 100 million bacteria in your toothbrush, some of them are even fecal matter. We all want a house clean of pathogens, but if our things aren't clean, neither will our home. Sorry about that. Our deal is very simple. We sell Minbox to consumers at a price of 319 euros. We have defined our beachhead market as Spanish dadsters, which you might also know as hipster parents. These are gadget gurus that live in cities, have children, and they are normally between 36 to 45 years old. They love design, know everything about the latest tech trends, and are really concerned about their children's and families' safety and security. By 2025, our goal is to have a 30% market share out of the 400,000 Dutchers that live in Spain. However, our long-term goal is to have a global impact in a market that is valued in more than 20,000 million euros. Unlike other products in the market, Mimbox is the only one that is able to sterilize anything from phones to shoes to even bananas in the same place in less than 1 minute, while complying with the European Union and the World Health Organization's regulations and recommendations. In other words, Mimbox is safer, faster, and more versatile than its competition. Our product is the first domestic germicide that merges the speed of ultraviolet light with the versatility of ozone. In other words, if you switch on the UVC mode, you can sterilize from laptops to phones, keys, credit cards, toys. On the other hand, the ozone mode is perfect for shoes, clothes, and even food. Our technology is so powerful that it kills 99.9% of viruses and bacteria at an ultra-fast speed of less than 1 minute, because it's designed with the world's best performing UVC LEDs in the market. It's really safe to use because our automatic shutdown ensures that there's no ocular or skin damage. After 20 customer interviews and more than 500 surveys, we found out that in fact, people's hygienic habits are changing. 70% of people that we interviewed are using sanitizer on a daily basis. 74% are washing their clothes more often, and 66% are isolating their shoes every time they enter their house. But what is a business without a profit? So by 2025, our aim is to make at least more than 4 million euros of profit. To achieve this, we need more than 120,000 customers, and we need to produce at least 26,400 products per year. However, it's good that we point out that Mimbox works as an economy of scale, meaning if our production increases every year, our cost per product will decrease. And this is really important considering that one of our key drivers is the cost of production. We produce 60% less carbon dioxide than other solutions in the market. This means that we could annually save more than 18,000 tons of carbon dioxide and more than 580 million liters of water every single year. And this is only with our beachhead market. To picture this out, this is more than 360 Olympic swimming pools, or also we could compare this to the annual energy consumption of 1,500 Spanish families. But now it's about time we meet who's behind Mimbox. We are a multidisciplinary team formed by people that have both a technical background and entrepreneurial expertise, and we share the same dream, which is we really want to create a more sustainable and time-efficient substitute of the washing machine. Mimbox is formed by Daniel, the scientist, Alexandra, the communicator, Jacob, the designer, and by me, the business mind. And by working together, we really want to make Mimbox a reality that is globally present in every single house. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Clara. Marcos.
Thank you for your presentation. I think we have questions from the jury. Javier Mateo goes first.
Okay. Thank you, Clara, for your presentation. My question is about this actual status of the project, because in the financials you are talking about the 2025. So we want to know, or I want to know, what's the status now? What are the next steps till the 2025?
Perfect. Right now we're in the process. We tested the LEDs, and we've seen that they obviously work. We already knew this, but we were more comfortable trying it with the materials, our initial materials of the box, to see if it fully covers every corner of the initial prototype. But this is obviously a prototype still, and we have to think about the production and especially make more efforts in the other part, in the ozone mode.
Okay. Laurent has a question also.
Yes.
And then Ramon, after you
Yes.
go.
Thank you, Clara, for the presentation and congratulations. Could you explain us a little bit your patent strategy?
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
Could you explain us a little bit your patent strategy?
Sure. Right now, we're thinking about doing, it's called utility model first, because it's the first step for the patent. Once we have the utility model and that has been accepted, we know that we can start working and getting investment and to get the patent. And then we'll need also the CE, the European certificates, because we would need those as well.
Thank you. Ramon?
Yes, my question is related to the previous one. So do you plan to produce the boxes yourself, or do you plan to license the technology to some producer?
Well, honestly, we first have to check our prototype. We would love to produce it by ourselves, because especially we think something like this, we could really add value to the product. But right now, it is something, it's not one of our first steps, so it's something we'll still have to think about. But our initial idea is to produce it by ourselves. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think it's time for next startup.
Okay, thank you, Clara, for your presentation. Yeah. Okay, so our next startup is clean energy, and we have here Manuel Rodriguez for the presentation. Manuel, please. We cannot hear you, I think. Could you speak, Manuel, to check that we can hear you?
I'm Manuel. Good afternoon. I'm Manuel Rodriguez from Seville. In representation of my team, One Power plus Hydrogen, I'm going to tell you something about our idea of storing wind energy with hydrogen. Today, hydrogen is the best alternative to the storage of renewable energy. We are an engineering that collaborates with hydrogen project. For this reason, we have developed an innovation product which we want to offer to wind farm company. This is our team. In January, we can sell the project to the other company which operates the wind farm. Okay. Of our market plan, we have obtained that's only carrying out the engineering to change the wind farm volume of 150 million euros in Spain. Second step will be the European to 2,100 million of euros. Next phase is the world with 3,150 million of euros. Our value proposition is to take advantage of wind energy that is waste due to demand conditions to sell a new product. A favorable average in Spain is for a wind farm to earn 200 euros for inject 5.5 gigawatt into the grid. We are possible increasing it by the company for 75 euros with 5.5 gigawatts. Our engineering enables us to develop and sell to wind farm a multifunctional wind turbine project that allow regulation energy producing in two ways: hydrogen and electricity. We are already working on this in collaboration with this company, Hydrogen, and collaborate with the National Hydrogen Center. After asking more than 20 potential clients, we have discovered that they are very interested in this technology, but don't know how to apply it in their company. Don't know 35% of the interview. In our market estimates, we see how just capturing 10% of the market will be very lucrative for our company. More than 1 million. The climate impact is compared, the climate impact is compared with the other power plant, with the wind power plus hydrogen, reduce 65 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent emitted every hour in Spain. This is my team. I am Manuel Rodriguez. My partner is Esteban Luis and Jose Luis. Our idea has been submitted in the by CADE. Thank you for your attention. Okay.
Well, thank you for your presentation. I would like to know if you actually produce the whole solution. I mean, the wind power mill plus the hydrogen generator, or just the second part of it, and you plug it to an existing windmill. So what's your offer? Is the whole solution? Is the windmill plus the storage?
Yes, the solution is storage the electricity when the company don't inject to the grid, because the grid is full, and in this occasion the wind farm is closed. No yet. Okay.
I think Javier has a question.
Hi. Hello, thank you for your presentation. My question is about one of the data that you put in the interviews. You put that around the 35% of the people didn't know about the hydrogen impact or solutions. My question is about the other 65% of people who knows about the hydrogen, and if it means that they are not using that kind of technology because it's not working quite well, or because they didn't know exactly how to use it, or what's happened about the 65% of the people who knows about hydrogen, they didn't use it.
Yes, in the interview, all people know the hydrogen, but only a small part don't interesting. They don't interesting in hydrogen. Now, okay, no, it's no more attention, but only for response the question. Another part of this part is very interesting in the question, The problem is they don't see with applicate the storage in hydrogen in a system part in a wine farm is are very impossible put the hydrogen in a wine farm. But they think it's possible, but only in a new part, no? In a new wine farm, but not in the old with part. Is very interesting for the 60% of the interview, but is no, they don't see the application into the part actually. But yes, it's possible application that in a new part. Okay.
Thank you very much. I think we understood perfectly what you were trying to say. I think it's time for the next startup. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Marcos. It's time for next startup. Please, could you leave sharing your screen, Manuel?
Excuse me.
Thank you, Manuel. So now it's time to meet ESUS Mobility. We are going to have William Molina with this presentation. So William, please.
See?
Yes, I can see it. One moment, please, for the chrono. Okay, when you want, please proceed.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is William Molina, and I am one of the founders of ESUS Mobility, the best solution for the last mile sector, which currently is the most expensive step in the delivery of a product, and also accounts for 35% of the traffic in the big cities. So first, let's talk about how we offer our product to our clients. Our deal is to offer our light electrical vehicles, plus its additional features, to last mile delivery companies through a renting service model by a monthly fee of between 120 and 220 euros, depending on the model chosen. We plan on starting on the Spanish last mile market because it's a big market with great growing capacity, especially in the situation we are living, and also because we have already some contacts in this field. However, we plan on later expand our reach to the grocery and catering markets as well. But you might be asking yourselves, why a company would choose our ESUS? Well, by changing their vans by our ESUS, an average last mile company can save in 1 year 18,720 euros in maintenance cost and increase its profitability by 18.75%. That is because the ESUS is a completely electric and connected vehicle that can carry up to 340 liters or 150 kilograms of cargo in a secure and stable way, while being able to move and make a completely change of direction while inside the bike lanes, thanks to its exclusive and patented completely electric direction system. The ESUS also comes with an option of exchangeable batteries and cargo modules, which makes it an adaptable and always ready to work vehicle. By interviewing 20 representatives from companies in 5 different countries, we were able to not only validate the necessities of our clients towards our vehicle, but also about the way we offer it to them, learning the importance of features such as providing a spare vehicle in case of an eventual malfunction. Our financial prediction, as you can see, is to reach by the year of 2024, 2,000 customers which would correspond to a percentage of 0.2% of the current market, and will generate us a profit by year of 7.8 million euros. That would allow us to take from the street approximately 10,000 vans, which would reduce the emissions of CO2 in the atmosphere by 35.85 thousands of tons. Our team is composed by me, a master in mechanical engineering, Juan José, who is a master in administration, and Francisco Soriano, who has more than 5 patents in his name and is the precursor of this idea. Together, we have more than 40 years in business management and the dream of offer micromobility solutions that can improve the life of the persons living in the cities. Thank you for your attention, and we are ISOs, new ways for new times.
Well, thank you for the presentation. I would like to know if Maria Olleros has something to ask here, because I think that this solution has some legal issues. But first of all, I have a question. You say the cargo is 150 kilos. Is it including the driver?
Yes.
Okay. So no fat drivers in your solution, right? Okay, Maria, please.
Yes, hello. Thank you for your presentation. My doubt was about, would you have some problems with driving in the cycling lanes? Because would you need some kind of authorization? If there are bicycles are running the same way, on the same place that your storage, machine, I wonder if that would be available from the authorities. Did you see about that?
Yes, we have sent a letter to the organ of Spanish, the DGT, asking about the permissions. Or better say, we send in the specifications of our vehicle and asking if it would be allowed to travel through the bike lanes. And they said that if it fits in the power limitations they say for electrical vehicles and the dimensions, it would be no problem.
And is it that for all Europe? Because you know that certain countries have different rules, different rulings.
Yes, we have already checked in that, and currently Spain is the most strict country within these laws. Mm-hmm. So, for example, in Spain, it's limited to just one person per vehicle, while in other countries you can travel 2 or 3 persons.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Ramon, do you have a question?
Yes, I would like to know, you have mentioned that you have done some interviews with companies, last mile delivering companies. I would like also to know if you have done some research, some interviews with the municipalities.
With?
Municipalities, public administration.
Oh, yes. Well, currently we have had some conversations with, despite the administration of Valencia, the administration from, what was the name of the city? I forgot. I think it was Sevilla. And the United Kingdom we have with London, a representative from London, from the Embassy of London.
Okay, thank you very much. Salme, can we go through the next presentation, please?
Okay.
Okay, so thank you, William. So we are going to go to next startup, that is Brighty Solar, and we are going to have to Miguel Garcia doing the pitch. So, hi. Good afternoon, Miguel.
Hi, how are you doing? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Could you share your screen, please?
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay.
Okay, you can begin.
Thank you. So, energy revolution is happening through renewables. The electrical production system is changing from a centralized to a distributed model, where domestic PV installations are going to play a key role. We want to be part of this change by improving the domestic market. Our solution is going to dynamize the relation between future PV domestic owners and installers. Please let me introduce you our project. What we have developed is a marketplace where final users, who are people willing to install solar panels on their roofs, access the platform in order to get quality information on installers. Installers who are our clients are going to be requested for more installations at a lower co-cost, so they will increase their business figures. In exchange, we will ask them for 200 euros a year to join and 2.8% of the cost of each installation developed under our platform. The market is huge as photovoltaics are being developed worldwide. Nevertheless, we pay attention to two main markets with an important potential growth that are Latin and Europe, especially in Spain, because there have been developed 1% in number of installations in comparison to other European countries like Italy, with a lot of similarities to Spain, Germany, or the UK, even with less than Spain. So here we have the policies. Bianca told us about that in the introduction. We have the regulations. We have a huge potential growth. This is why this is the time for us to develop such a platform, now and here. To the installers, we offer more mature clients because they will already know the basic of their projects. They will know the size, the cost, the savings. So installers will be able to reduce their COCA up to 20%. Besides, we offer them a weighted market visibility, so they will increase their business volume over the market average. To the final users, we offer a mobile and web platform where they will get access to quality installers in order to avoid low quality professional intrusion and accurate comparable information. Imagine you are going to develop a PV installation at home and you are asking for information to some installers. You will get different bids with different qualities, different sizes, different quotes, information that it's impossible to compare and makes the decision-taking process very difficult. So maybe you quit. What we do is to keep things easy and to offer accurate comparable information. So you enter the platform and design your PV project by drawing the sunny part of your roof. Then you enter orientation, inclination, consumption habits, and the average of your energy bill. Next, you analyze among the different possibilities that offers our platform based on our algorithm, and you choose the project that better fits your operational or economical needs. Finally, you compare among different bids from the installers belonging to our platform. And the only thing you need to do is to choose who's going to get the job done. Here is where everything gets together, because our product solves the solves the pains of the final users and installers. Final users get the information they need, easy, quick, and installers saves commercial time that they can invest in what they better do, what is installing. Our business model shows that we are going to make 0.8 million euros a year, and our challenge is to wisely balance the investment required in order to get the final user we need. In 5 years' time, we will develop 36,000 installations. That means that we're going to save 12 million kilograms carbon dioxide. Those panels will produce the required energy for an electrical vehicle in order to make 1,500 round trips to the moon. The original idea was wrote by Raul and me, who are the co-founders. Behind the platform, there is Mariola and Nicolas from Argentina. They are making a great job for us. And we are looking for a community manager in order to make our business grow in social networks. We want to become the PV installation reference platform in the markets we operate. And our dream is all of you having solar panels at your homes. Today is a sunny day. Let's take a clean profit from that. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for the presentation. I think Lauren has a question for you. Lauren? And then Maria.
Yes. Could you explain us a little bit your go-to-market strategy?
Our market strategy, in fact, we are looking for this community manager because we have two main possibilities to open publicity, public publicity, and to do it like in charts, in the roads, wherever. We can exploit also communication media, radios, programs, wherever, and finally we can do it through social networks. That's why it's an important part for us, a good community manager, in order to spread our idea.
Okay, thank you very much. Maria?
Yes, hello, Miguel. Just one question. I wanted to know what's the difference between you and your competitors, because there are a lot of people doing this in the market.
Yeah,
so
indeed.
I'd like to know what's the real difference here.
Okay, so I will point out two main competitors. So the classical commodity company, and our main difference value here is that we have discovered that there is a lot of people willing not to depend on that kind of companies, and second row companies, let's say, that are making things similar to that. But I think there are two main differences. The power of our algorithm, because most of our competitors shows like 2 or 3 kind of projects, this size of like 4, 7, 12 panels. That's it. We are much more accurate. And the thing is that we offer transparency to the total transparency to the final user. You can see different installers. We don't subcontract installers. So you see the installer and you can choose the one you want. If you try to do it with another competitor, they will send you some installer you don't know. You just contract with the commodity, whatever, and you don't know who's coming to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Salome, what comes next now?
Okay, thank you very much, Miguel. You can leave sharing your screen, please.
Okay.
So now we are going to have a little rest for the jury, and now we are going to have a pitch from Pablo Sosa from Oscillum, one of the teams that were one of the best 16 teams around the world in ClimateLaunchpad. And we are going, so jury, you don't have to evaluate Pablo now. Pablo is going to do the pitch in Spanish, so the jury is going to rest to having to evaluate and to listening to English. So thank you. Good afternoon, Pablo. Buenas tardes, Pablo.
Buenas tardes, muchas gracias. Ya me evaluaste, ya no, sí. Otra vez no toca. Buenos días a todos y muchísimas gracias por invitarme. Voy compartiendo la presentación rápidamente.
Muy bien, gracias, Pablo.
Perder el tiempo. Que yo sé que aquí el tiempo es oro. A ver si puedo conseguir poner la presentación completa. Bueno, pues muchísimas gracias por invitarnos tanto a Baesen como a los organizadores de ClimateLaunchpad. Gracias, jurado, y ya me imagino que todos los participantes estaréis nerviosos y a mí diréis, ¿quién es este? Vamos rápido que quiero saber el resultado. Pero bueno, os presento rápidamente quiénes somos. Bueno, yo soy Pablo, soy el CEO de Oscillum. Oscillum es una pequeña compañía que está en Elche y que desarrollamos, yo y mis compañeros, os voy a ir explicando. Nosotros desarrollamos etiquetas inteligentes que miden el estado de descomposición de los alimentos. Y claro, me preguntaréis, que nosotros también nos lo preguntamos en su momento, ¿qué tiene que ver la comida con el cambio climático o con ClimateLaunchpad? Pues bueno, quería comentar que cada uno de los que estamos aquí presentes hemos tirado a la basura más de 55 kilos de comida al año. Y si pudiera pasar la presentación, veríais es lo que significa, pero no me está funcionando. Un momento, que ha pasado un pequeño problema del directo.
Menos mal que no participas este año.
Totalmente, ya estaría, bueno, yo estaría de los nervios ya. Bueno, lo que se supone. Un tercio de la producción mundial acaba en la basura y más del 50% ocurre a nivel de los hogares. O sea, somos nosotros como consumidores los que malgastamos los alimentos. Y todo porque, ya lo dice el refranero español, más vale prevenir que curar. Y aún así se siguen produciendo más de 42.000 intoxicaciones producidas por alimentos en Europa cada año. ¿Qué hemos desarrollado nosotros? Una etiqueta que ahora mismo no puedo enseñaros porque no la tengo, pero que podéis ver, que se coloca dentro del packaging o bien cuando se abre el packaging en contacto con el alimento y determina si el estado del alimento es correcto para su consumo o no, aportando información al consumidor para que tome la decisión que mejor quiera, conservarlo o tirarlo. ¿Cuál es el modelo? Reconoceréis este deal, pero yo lo he ampliado un poquito para que sea más visual. Optilum desarrolla etiquetas que vende a la industria agroalimentaria y después esta industria aporta esta información al consumidor final, generando un impacto positivo que solamente reduciendo el 25% del malgasto de alimentos que ocurre en los hogares, es decir, que solamente de los 7 filetes que se suelen tirar por hogar a la basura solo se salve uno, se podría ahorrar más de 80 kilos de CO2 equivalente, se podrían prevenir más del 20% de las intoxicaciones alimentarias y podríamos ahorrar a los consumidores más de 127 euros en la compra del año. Bueno, Optilum, después de ClimateLaunchpad, que empezó fue hace un año, ha conseguido ya más de 4 cartas de interés. Estamos empezando a desarrollar pequeñas demostraciones para implementar nuestra tecnología en industrias reales, porque es una tecnología que va bastante lento, porque tenemos que añadirla en una cadena de montaje. Además de quedar como una de las 16 mejores ecoideas, de las mejores ecotech del mundo en el programa ClimateLaunchpad, conseguimos posteriormente el sello EIBT como compañía de base tecnológica innovadora y el sello de la Comisión Europea como de excelencia, de un proyecto excelente. Este es el equipo, yo soy Pablo y mis compañeros Luis y Pilar, y ahora estamos buscando nuevos miembros, estamos en esa fase. También estamos apoyados por ClimateKit, aquí presente Guadalupe, buenas tardes, también por Brilliant Innovation Factory y el Parque Científico de la Universidad Miguel Hernández de Elche. Ahora rápidamente os voy a comentar nuestra experiencia en ClimateLaunchpad. Empezamos en el bootcamp, que fue muchísimo trabajo. Creo que todos los participantes, incluso ahora con el COVID, habréis trabajado muchísimo, porque los mentores son muy duros, pero muy buenos. Pero bueno, después de ese día agotador, llegamos a la final nacional. Y me imagino que todos estáis muy nerviosos. Yo estaba muy nervioso. Yo soy una persona nerviosa de por sí. Ya podéis verme en el pitch. Y viendo a mis compañeros, y me imagino que ustedes, con la calidad que se presenta, más nervios. Al final conseguimos quedar como segundos candidatos para ir a la final internacional y el público debe ser que les gustamos. Y eso que nuestra tecnología, como siempre hemos dicho, cuando se pone la carne en mal estado huele un poquito mal, pero bueno, parece ser que les gustamos. Fuimos a la fase internacional. En la fase internacional hay una preselección, ¿no? Una semifinal. Ahí yo no apostaba mucho por nosotros, porque es que hay un nivel impresionante. Pero mi consejo para los que vayáis a la fase internacional es recordar, ClimateLaunchpad es un concurso de pitches. Puedes tener un proyecto genial, pero es muy importante que lo sepas mostrar. Nosotros conseguimos quedar entre las mejores 16 ecoideas. Salomé se asustó porque se seleccionan los 16 y cuando éramos por el 15 y todavía no habíamos sido seleccionados, pues yo ya me había rendido, pero de repente en el número 16 nos nombran y yo pego un grito delante de todo el mundo, pues un poco de vergüenza, dando el cante, como buenos españoles. Bueno, y ahora finalmente, para terminar, que ya creo que voy un poco más de tiempo, comentaros que gracias a Baesen y a ClimateLaunchpad, Optilum ha conseguido desde eventos internacionales que nos permitieron ir a Düsseldorf, donde conseguimos potenciales clientes y contactos que nos han venido genial. Y hemos conseguido una gran comunicación en prensa, nos han llamado personas impresionantes, de verdad, mi mayor consejo, y bueno, estoy muy agradecido y quiero hablar desde el punto de Optilum, como veo hoy, me pongo, y dar las gracias a Baesen y a ClimateLaunchpad porque fue una gran oportunidad. O sea, nosotros somos lo que somos gracias a ellos. Y como mi último consejo es, da igual en qué posición quedéis, que ganéis, que no ganéis, coged todos los consejos que os han dado y aprovecharos de esta gran familia. Preguntarles, pedirles consejos, meteos dentro de Baesen. De verdad, es impresionante lo que te pueden ayudar y lo que pueden hacer de diferente un proyecto como los vuestros. Y bueno, pues muchas gracias por escucharme y espero haber no sido mucho acoso. Gracias.
Muchas gracias, Pablo. Nos has hecho reír un poco, como siempre, y descansar un poquito al jurado. Como vamos bien de tiempo, no sé si al jurado le apetece preguntarle algo a Pablo.
Las preguntas, yo siempre me he pasado muy mal con las preguntas, pero venga, a ver.
Si le apetece.
Le apetece.
Aquí no tienen que juzgar, o sea, que
Sí.
solo si os apetece.
Yo
María
sí que
le apetece.
Sí, porque siempre me pareció muy interesante el proyecto de Optilum, la verdad. Y además los he seguido cuando habéis salido en prensa y es un proyecto súper interesante. Quería saber, ¿en qué estado estáis en vuestro negocio ahora? ¿Cómo estáis despegando? ¿Habéis montado una empresa? ¿Dónde estáis?
Sí, bueno, nosotros estamos ahora, justamente estamos en ClimateKit con, bueno, Guadalupe lo sabe, que nos ha visto muchas veces presentando, y ahora mismo tenemos la línea de Smart Label, que es como se llama esta etiqueta, está ahora mismo, estamos con la patente y el proceso de certificación a nivel europeo, porque requerimos un tiempo para certificarlo. Mientras estamos con eso, también estamos haciendo las demostraciones en empresas. Es decir, otro consejo que quiero dar es, nunca estéis quietos. Nosotros nos llegó el COVID y parece como que te quedas quieto y que no puedes hacer nada porque teníamos un preacuerdo para empezar a hacer demostraciones en una fábrica y se nos paralizó todo. Pero si sigues moviéndote y sigues esforzándote, tienes que seguir, porque si te gusta lo que haces, sigue. Entonces, eso está ahora mismo ahí en certificaciones y demostraciones, y también estamos lanzando, como no podemos estar quietos, porque somos un grupo que no puede estar quieto, durante el COVID surgió otra línea de producto y estamos ahora desarrollándola y testeándola. Nuestra línea de producto ahora es más seguridad alimentaria, evitar el anisakis, el toxoplasma, y con nuevas tecnologías que estamos implementando, porque no podemos estar quietos. Entonces, lo tenemos dos líneas a la vez.
Pero, Pablo, ¿estáis en el mercado o no estáis en el mercado? Todavía no.
No, porque nuestra certificación, bueno, no sé si los demás lo tendréis, al tener que estar avalados por la EFSA tarda un año y poco en poder darte la certificación. Por mucho que la tecnología se haya demostrado, tienes que ser avalado por terceros institutos y tiene que darte la EFSA. De 1 año a 2. Nosotros, por suerte, hemos empezado ya los procesos y mientras tanto tenemos que hacer los preacuerdos. Así que vamos avanzando, pero todavía no podemos estar en el mercado porque no tenemos la autorización oficial. Pero bueno, eso...
Nada, mucho ánimo.
Claro, muchas gracias. Y que de verdad, todos los que tengáis un proyecto así a largo plazo, no os rindáis. Que parece que los proyectos a largo plazo no suelen ser muy bonitos, pero de verdad que son los que al final hacen cosas disruptivas. Así que no tengáis miedo en un proyecto a largo plazo. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias, Pablo.
Gracias a ti.
Gracias.
Gracias, María. ¿Alguien más del jurado quiere preguntarle algo más a Pablo?
Hola, Pablo. Bueno, por la presentación, la verdad que has animado muchísimo. Quería si podrías compartir con los participantes qué consejos les darías a la hora de dar el siguiente paso luego y entrar en una aceleradora de impacto como puede ser ClimateKit.
Mira, yo la verdad que cuando entramos en ClimateKit, yo pensé que iba a ser un ClimateLaunchpad y la verdad es que no. O sea, vais a trabajar, si trabajasteis en el bootcamp, que yo trabajé muchísimo, vais a trabajar el doble. Y Guadalupe va a estar ahí para que os haga hacerlos trabajar. Y sobre todo aprenderéis cosas muy interesantes, sobre todo si entráis en una aceleradora de impacto, ya es muy importante el modelo de negocio, el business, pero a veces es muy importante y muy difícil calcular verdaderamente cuál es tu impacto. O sea, tecnologías como la nuestra parece que tiene un impacto positivo de primera, pero también tiene un impacto negativo. Nosotros teníamos que calcular cuánto, porque estábamos produciendo, tal. Al final aprendes a que todo es un toma y daca y aprendes a hacerlo. Y cuando eliges una aceleradora, y os lo digo por experiencia, tenéis que elegir unos grandes compañeros para caminar. No podéis elegir cualquier aceleradora porque os dé dinero, por ejemplo, que pasa mucho. No, es que te den dinero pero que te dejen solo no te sirve de nada. Nosotros, por ejemplo, lo que más valoramos es el mentoring, el que haya un mentor a que yo pueda llamar en cualquier momento y me ayude a tomar una decisión. De verdad, confianza. Cuando escojáis una aceleradora, lo que tenéis que decir es, yo tengo confianza en esta aceleradora, confío en las personas que están detrás de ella. Sí, pues adelante. Quizás no son las mejores condiciones, pero vais a estar más a gusto trabajando. Y eso es muy importante. Y en ClimateKit se está muy a gusto, ¿eh? No es por dar propaganda y que seáis nuevos compañeros. Está muy bien. Y también equipos como Abaesen. Nosotros, por ejemplo, ahora también queremos, con Abaesen siempre nos ha quedado la espinita de que queremos estar con ellos y es que nos encantan, de verdad. Estamos, como veréis, me han traído aquí porque hablo muy bien de ellos, de manera natural. Yo es que me sale solo, no me han pagado.
No por eso, porque sabemos que estás contento.
Muy bien.
Muchas gracias, Pablo.
Bueno, muy buena suerte a todos, de verdad. Espero que el que gane, el que vaya a la final y que todos los demás continuéis. Que esto yo perdí muchas veces y he perdido muchas veces. Pero hay que seguir adelante, hay que seguir al pie. Bueno, muchas gracias.
Esa es la actitud, Pablo. Me ha gustado también lo que dices de no parar. De hecho, Abaesen durante el COVID se puso el lema Abaesen siempre on, porque somos igual, no sabemos parar y hemos estado ahí sin parar. Gracias de nuevo, Pablo. Pues muchas nada, gracias. Como no queremos poner nerviosos a los equipos que van a participar a continuación, si el jurado está preparado ya, Marcos, ¿estáis preparados ya?
Sí,
damos paso al siguiente equipo, que es Be Change. Marta, ¿estás preparada?
Sí, hola.
Hola, Marta. Sorry, I changed into English another time. I'm sorry.
Okay, when you are ready, let me know and I will start.
Okay. Yes, you can start. Thank you.
Imagine you could turn your energy costs into value. There's something really incredible happening in the electricity scene right now. As our cities transition towards renewable energy sources, national grids are struggling to balance supply and demand because these sources are very unpredictable. To solve this problem, grids are paying premiums to big energy-consuming companies willing to just reduce their energy consumption in case of a supply shortage in the grid. What if we could bring together a lot of smaller companies and extend these millions to them without impacting their business operations? At BeChained, we can do this. This way, companies can reduce energy costs, earn money from selling their flexibility to the grid, and cut CO2 emissions for them and their cities. We sell full access to our SaaS platform so that businesses can save costs and unlock new revenue streams. In exchange, we ask for 25,000 euros for setup and a 15% fee from flexibility sold to the market. So, our prospect market of electricity consumers is divided into 3 segments. First, there's small businesses and homes. There's also big energy-consuming enterprises such as refineries, steel manufacturers, or cement companies. They are already benefiting from the grid rewards with Centrica and Siemens' platforms. But in between these two, there's medium organizations, factories, hospitals, office buildings. All these companies are not currently benefiting from the grid rewards because they don't consume enough to compensate shortages. But now we want to help them do so by aggregating their flexibilities. So, where are we going to do this? Well, first in Spain, a 1 billion euro market with over 20,000 companies. But we will keep our eyes wide open to Europe. Cool. So why are we the best option for medium electricity consumers to save energy costs? Well, first, our platform allows them to gain control of how, when, and what devices consume energy. This saving is just as much as if they opted for integral energy management solutions such as Circuitor. But that's not all. Additionally, from the platform, we help them earn money from supporting the electricity grid. So we have 2 European competitors doing this right now, Centrica and Siemens, but they focus on big energy consumers, rely on big teams and infrastructure, and thus offer very expensive solutions. BeChained setup is simpler and easier, so also a lot cheaper. Payback is just in 1 year. So let's see what we are doing with our first customer, a paper manufacturer. When the business signed up to BeChained, we connected all of the machines to our platform and studied how much its processes could be flexible. This way, the business can already control its consumption and optimize it. But on the same platform, the manufacturer can also see when there's peak demand on the national grid and compensate it to earn money. Our AI algorithms lower consumption of those tasks that can be performed later, like room cooling or electrical vehicle charging, and then paper manufacturer is driving benefits from this. The best part is that our technology is patented for the Spanish market. So, in 5 years, we aim at an annual profit of 6 million euros. This is functional to the number of clients and the available flexibility to be sold in the market. So, why are we so crucial for a greener future? Well, after interviewing our customers and our target segment, we validated that energetic efficiency is really key to our customers. The proof is that during this validation process, we achieved our first 2 customers. So why are we so crucial for a greener future? Well, not to mention that we can reduce over 6,000 tons per year of CO2 in 2025 from our customers' electricity consumption reduction. We are also absolutely key on helping cities transition toward renewable energy. These sources are very unpredictable, so our solution helps cities balance the grid on short notice. This way, Spanish cities will be able to achieve the goal of relying on renewables by 21% on 2030. We are a team committed to reducing our customers' energy costs and CO2 emissions. And we are working for a 20 million euro valuation by 2025. We are Stefano, Fabio, and myself, members of Top Tier Impact and Nova Talent Network. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. I have a question. Well, actually, two questions. One of them is, how do you deal with the different regulations in different markets? Because if you are addressing the European market, every country has its own regulation for electricity, which is changing a lot, as we have the example in Spain. And the other is, one of your customers is cities, you said. I would like to know, how can a city manage a sudden decrease of energy consumption?
Hello, my name is Stefano. I'm the CEO. Let me explain, starting from the second question. First of all, the algorithm is able to balance demand and offer. So, and in real time, this is the key difference regarding the competitors. In cities, you know that the city can be divided in different areas, and the impact of the grid can be moderated and mitigated by our platform, especially when we have, for instance, an electrical vehicle, or if we have the chance to balance or to offer the flexibility from building. In fact, we have a public administration client that in this very moment I cannot say the name because we are deepening the contract. This is key. Regarding the first question, the algorithm is able to make available the flexibility to the market. We started in Spain, and we are the first commercial. We are the first country we entered in, but we also validated with more than 20 cases in Italy. So we have to develop the interface and the regulation landing in our platform in order to work with Red Elettrica rather than Terna, which is the power system operator in Italy. But this is the part of the customization that we already plan to do when we go international.
Okay. Any more questions from the jury?
Yes, I'd like to know if you could summarize your main milestones until now.
Yeah, the first milestone is to enable as many clients as possible to the platform, because we can aggregate clients, the flexibility of our client to be appealable for the market. The second step in our roadmap is to scale up. In order to scale up, we need the support of energy consulting, for instance, that they are going to help us to parameterize any client to the platform. And this is the, let me say, the most technical part of the job. Third step is to sell this flexibility to the market through a balancing service provider. And the balancing service provider can be our client in a second time, because he can enable our platform to give an added value services for his clients, and is going to do the enabling for us. We are going to earn money out of the flexibility throughout the platform. This is, let me say, a business to business, B2B.
Stefano, I think we got the point of it. Just one short question, promise to be short. Javier, please.
So my question is, what's the time since you signed the contract or with the customer until they can have the platform fully working, if you compare that time with the main competitors like Siemens or similar?
Okay. The first question is, the first answer is, it can be depending on the complexity of the production system. I mean, if we have to enable a building, it takes 1 month. Let me say 1 month. If we have to enable a client like a steel manufacturer, it takes longer, between 2 or 3 or 4 months, depending on the complexity of the production system. Because the key factor of the platform is to identify energy flexibility out of the consumption. It means out of the production scheduling.
Okay, thank you, Stefano. Thank you, Marta.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so please could you leave sharing your screen, and we can move to our next startup, Aquacorp, and we are going to have to Pablo Perez. Pablo, are you ready?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yes. Please could you share your screen?
Can you see my screen?
We hear you, we see you, we feel you also.
I cannot touch them. Okay, I can see your screen. So whenever you want.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, go.
Hi everyone. I was born in a tiny village in the Leon Mountains. 4 years ago, we had one of the most beautiful rivers in the world, the Luna River. We used to swim there, even we used to drink its waters. Sadly, right now it would be impossible. Why? Pollution. Apparently, in Spain, according to the Environment Ministry, there are more than 30,000 official effluent spots where wastewater treatment plants deposit its results. These effluents are discharging in rivers and oceans more than 3 billion cubic meters yearly, which means 8 million cubic meters per day. The 8th World Water Forum at Brasilia noted one of the main water challenges is decreasing the water pollution. By the way, I'm Pablo Perez, CEO and founder at Aquacorp, and we have a solution to decrease this water pollution, a deep tech platform to water monitoring without water contact, just a camera, using water pictures to know water parameters. We sell this real-time water data and alerts to water utilities and water agencies at a price of 5,000 euros yearly, a pure data as a service business model. Our total available market is worldwide, is more than 1 billion effluents, which means 2 trillion euros roughly. If we narrow down and look at the most important EU effluents, there are more than 50,000 effluents, which represents almost 1 billion euros. And then if we focus on the highest risky effluents in the EU, there are 5,000 high risky effluents approximately. This is our beachhead market. 5,000 effluents, 20 million euros, and nearly 100 potential customers. For the customers, we are giving them a platform that is cheaper and easy to use. Just a camera like this, a platform to monitor, alert, and prevent water parameters through water images without direct contact with water. Current solutions are taking manual samples through laboratories or using physicochemical sensors. Both are too costly. They require direct contact with water. This high cost is the main reason because 99% of effluents has no continuous monitoring. Our innovative platform is based on deep tech because it combines 3 disciplines: IoT to collect water data, biology to create the first scientific correlational model among optical, biological, and physicochemical water parameters, and computer vision and deep learning algorithms to alert and prevent. We get water parameters such as COD, VOD, suspended solids, ammonia, or pH using water images. Right now, our platform works like a black box. This is why we prefer the trade secret option than the patent ones. To better understand our customers, we visited 50 wastewater treatment plants and the main 10 Spanish water agencies. 5 of them are already validating our technology. Right now, we visited these water agencies and utilities with 3 key assumptions. The current solutions are too costly, manual, and offline. With them, we found out that new stringent directives are coming. The winter is coming, and they request individual and continuous monitoring. Our solution is process improver and is cost-saving tool. In the five next years, we are going to target 50% of our beachhead market, which is 2,500 water utilities and effluents. Our main key drivers are market share, number of spots to monitor per utility, and the sales cost. And we expect on year 5, 7.5 million euros profit margin. As you know, wastewater treatment plants are energy intensive. More than 60% of their expenditures are in power. For our beachhead market, 5,000 water utilities are going to reduce 10% of their CO2 emissions, which means 500,000 CO2 tons. With a proper monitoring tool, they are going to improve their efficiency, and on top of that, they are going to increase the water quality at rivers and oceans. To do this, we have an amazing team of Enrique, who is excellent with business and numbers, Jorge, who is very good with water and science, Maria Luisa, a remarkable artificial engineer, and myself, who is really good at dreaming, for sure. In 5 years, we are going to improve 5,000 wastewater treatment plants, helping them to save 25% resources and to increase 30% of water quality they are discharging. We dream of becoming the first blue unicorn and helping to save the earth. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. I think we are lucky to have in the jury Ramon Lopez, which is an expert in water. So, Ramon.
Yes, thank you. I would like to know a little bit more about your business model. So what you are selling is a connection to your platform, to your software as a service plus the hardware, or where do your incomes come from?
Where we are selling is data and alerts, alerts which are derived from this data. We need the IoT part to install at every effluent, at every spot we are going to monitor. But what we are selling is the data and the alerts. Nothing to do with OPEX, nothing to do with CAPEX, nothing to do with hardware. The client only receives data and alerts via API, via web, via wherever.
But sorry, about the installation and the maintenance of the hardware, are you also in charge of this?
Yes, it's in our side.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you tell us about your job's impact? How many people you expect to hire in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, we are going to right now we are 6 people. Okay, and in the next 5 years, we are going to have between 25 and 30 people in our startup. We are closing an investment round to train and improve, optimize our deep tech platform, and this is the projections for the hiring aspect.
Okay, if we don't have any more questions, Javier?
Yeah, thank you, Pablo, for your presentation. My question is about the business model like Ramon, because I have the question about if you can connect through any kind of IoT or sensor to take the data, because if I understood correctly, you are using images. So I think that you need vision sensors or cameras to take the pictures.
Yeah. We have our platform has a IoT part, a hardware part. This hardware part is composed mainly by a PCB designed by our own, okay? And this PCB is composed by different parts. One part is the optical part, as you said, and the other parts are related to the sensors, because we are in the training period. We are training our deep tech platform using physicochemical sensors like oxygen, pH, conductivity, turbidity, temperature, level, and am I asking you?
Yeah, it's okay. It's just about the other part of the business that you need, the sensors part. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. I think, Salome, we can move to the next presentation.
Yes, thank you, Marcos. Yes, Pablo, please, if you can leave sharing your screen, we can move to the next startup. And next startup is WePureTech. And we have for the presentation to Chirag Rangolia. I'm sorry if I have not pronounced well your name, sorry. So, Chirag, If you're ready, you can share your screen. We can see you and we can hear you.
All right. So now you can see the screen.
Yes. Yes, we can see a screen.
Okay. So
okay.
Start?
Yes, you can start. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So I'm Chirag Rangolia. So to start, we all know about global warming effects, but looking into causes, it appears that textile and fashion industry is the second most polluted industry in the whole world. And being directly connected to each and every human being, this really needs to change, but how? So let me introduce our need-of-the-hour material innovation, Vapor Tech. So Vapor Tech is an advanced material with 100% natural mineral compound that allow any possible surface to mineralize primary greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, and reduce volatile organic compound and compound from the environment. And this is our deal. So so we sell our material in the form of mineral powder for fabrics and flexible filament TPU for 3D printing applications for fashion brands to turn any garment into carbon dioxide neutralizing tool. And so where do we start? As I said before, the textile and fashion industry with one of the highest global market value, but being the second most polluted industry, becomes our first beachhead market for introducing revolutionary garments. Once conquered this market, we will target a new sector of construction industry, to be specific, building facade systems, as this industry is responsible for 23% of air pollution, as well being the fastest growing sector. It is also most exposed to air and pollution. So by introducing our material innovation in the form of recycled PLA pallets with inject molding technology to create modular and customized facade system to bring a larger impact on the environment. And after this sector, it would be to introduce various novel 3D printed consumer product as a B2C approach with an idea for social awareness. Okay. Sorry, Mike. Okay, sorry. Now, as we all know, since the last couple of years, the new movement has started about climate action. People are becoming more and more conscious about the personal environmental impacts. And so the awareness and demand for sustainable products are rising year by year, with almost 76% last year, whereas only 2% of new product introduced are sustainable. So there is a lot to catch up over here. So with our material, by just 80 cents extra per garment, we enable fashion brands to reach the demand with an easy application and improve their carbon footprint with no extra course of actions. As you can see, the greenhouse gas impact. Now, how is this? Can you see this screen changing?
No.
Sorry. So now how is this going to happen? So by introducing our product in the form of powder, a mineral compound that can be additive with any dyes for fabric without changing aesthetical language or the texture of the fabrics, while TPU flexible filament integrated with mineral powder for 3D printing textile and application for footwear brand. So by introducing garments that can actively absorb CO2 from the air without affecting human body health or skin. So now, after having several discussions and meetings with our potential customers, which has helped us to realize the application and implementation of this product in the market, as it successfully follows the current fashion trend, that is sustainable fashion. Now for the implementation and how brands can be more competitive and take advantage of the situation. So the answer is by material innovation and new textile technology with the help of 3D printing applications for mass customization and rapid prototyping. And this is about matter of time. So talking about time, if we target top 15 brands like Inditex Group, Marks & Spencer, Nike, H&M, etc., with just 25% of the share, we plan to profit 3 million euro a year. And this is only possible if we can maintain the net price and produce enough to sell them in batches to the market with maintained share. Now imagine all of you are wearing clothes with Vapor Tech material. So actively and constantly absorbing CO2 from the air, and thus by just wearing it, you are already being part of the positive impact. So talking about climate impact, if you look at Zara has sold the maximum garment units, 2.9 billion units last year, but this comes at a cost of more than 500,000 tons of carbon emission. Now imagine all the garments.
30 seconds.
Now imagine all the garments with Tech. By doing so, the carbon footprint is reduced by almost 82,000 tons, which is equivalent to 1.5 years of car pollution in Mumbai city, or more than 700,000 tourists per day in Barcelona. So here we are already talking about the positive climate impact, and this follows the dream we have. So we dream of making it easy for everyone to be part of the climate revolution, and starting it from your wardrobe. And thus, we dream of integrating climate action into our everyday life. And that's why we say we're the climate revolution. And all this we have achieved with our multidisciplinary team. Juan Carlos, who is the environmental engineer, Joseph Sivera, who is the biomolecular engineer, Aldo Solazzo, who is the technologist, Laura Civetti, fashion tech designer, and Chirag Rangolia, myself, rapid manufacturing expert. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your presentation. I have a question. What happens with the CO2 once it's captured by the clothes? I mean, it remains on you, or it goes away with the water when you wash the pieces of clothes? So how does it work exactly?
I would ask Joseph, who is the biomolecular engineer with us. Probably he can answer better. Joseph?
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we do, yeah.
Okay, my name is Josep Severa, I'm the technical director. And yes, the main point is to convert carbon dioxide in another kind of molecule, which is not carbon dioxide. In this case, it's a bicarbonated product like CaCO3, FC, iron carbonated, magnesium carbonated, and so on. So the point is that we take carbon dioxide and convert it into another kind of molecule that is not anymore carbon dioxide. And then later on is like, once you wash the products, the clothes that you wear, these byproducts gets cleaned by the water and then go pass by the water system, goes away. So basically it doesn't harm the environment, and it does a good to the health as well. So that is the idea.
We got the point, Joseph. Guadalupe, do you have a question?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the presentation. I would like to know a little bit more about your impact metrics, societal metrics, and also to know where are you planning to produce?
Joseph?
Yeah. Yes, the impact metrics, you mean about the expansion of the production, how much we can produce, or what do you mean?
Yes, maybe if you have analyzed the impact of your solution, not only on climate, but also on number of jobs, on quality of life and employment, and so on.
Oh, yes. Well, basically, this regard is like we tend to expand the company, and eventually it's like we are going to make the production ourselves, and that will make employment. Eventually, it's like the manufacturer producing it applied with third parties, and we intend to expand it to increase in employment numbers. So that it will be happening shortly because of the demand that we have, not only into the sector in clothing, but we're expanding into paint, plastics, construction, 3D printing technologies, and so on. And eventually that will be demanding a big expansion of production as well.
Okay, we'll have a last question from Laurent, please.
Yes, thank you for the presentation. My question is regarding your competitors and your competitive advantage.
Yes. Always we've been saying, what is your main competitors? And to be honest with you, we do not have competitors by means of that we do neutralize carbon dioxide, volatile organic compounds, nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxide from the air, having this molecular mesh and the whole chemical production processes within. But it is true that there are other companies who claim that they can clean the air. So one of the competitors is called Curetti. Curetti is a technology based on titanium oxide. Titanium oxide, yes, it does clean the air of nitrogen oxide and volatile organic compounds only. And this compound only works during the day because it needs the sunlight, specific wavelength stimulation between 300, 380 nanometers wavelength. And their byproducts are carbon dioxide and water. So as our compound, our product, WebPure does take also this carbon dioxide from the air emitted by the photocatalysis, we overcome the competitors. So that's why I say we do not have competitors regarding this. You see what I mean?
I think we got the point perfectly. Thank you very much. Salome, should we move to the next presentation?
Yes, thank you, Marcos. Thank you, Chirag. So we are going to move to the next startup, that is Scroller, and we are going to have to Sergey Kazakov doing the presentation. So, are you ready?
Do you hear me? Do you see my?
Yes.
You see my, well, so let's do it. One moment. Hi everyone, I'm Sergey Kazakov and this is Scroller, the e-scooter backrest. Scroller improves control, stability and comfort, drastically reducing the risk of accidents. Our deal is straightforward. We sell our product to the final customer at a fixed price. And our go-to-market strategy combines online and offline distribution channels. With almost 800 units sold in 11 countries during our Kickstarter, we concluded that our market is homogeneous in terms of demographics and customer preference. The pandemic has doubled market expectations for the upcoming years, as governments are taking advantage of it to rebuild cities, forcing the population to find new mobility solutions. The 4 countries you see are our main target, as they are ahead in urban development and have already shown interest in our product. With 90% of e-scooter accidents caused by mishandling and distractions, improvements in control, stability, and comfort allow to keep concentration for longer periods of time, cutting down risk perception by 3. Results of our public screenings confirm that riders feel almost as safe using Scroller as when riding a bike. Scroller connects your body to the pole of the scooter, enabling it as the center of balance, relieving your arms from that effort. This is accomplished by a small cylinder with a retractable strap, which, once fastened around your waist, allows to lean back and relax during the journey. The 4th generation includes an instant release lever to unfasten Scroller whenever needed. During market validation, we confirmed next 3 assumptions. First on the list was knowing if Scroller was affordable. And in fact, people with lower income levels are more interested in buying one than upper classes. Second was knowing if Scroller was able to outplay e-scooter backseats. And indeed it does. Riders highlighted that Scroller does not modify the vehicle, bypassing current regulations on this topic. Finally, we asked if Scroller improved quality of life of people with disabilities or injuries, and 2/3 of our respondents agree with this statement. In 3 years from now, we expect to serve 4% of our beachhead market. This translates into a revenue of over 10 million euros. Our main key driver is the cost of manufacturing. Second is customer acquisition cost. Scroller is not just a gadget. It's the solution for e-scooter defects and must be marketed as that. Building a strong community will help us grow our market share, which is our 3rd key driver. Now, more than ever, micromobility plays a key role in preserving the environment. Public transport downfall and excessive car usage during COVID are threatening to skyrocket greenhouse emissions far beyond the tipping point. We can mitigate this environmental collapse by saving 300,000 tons of CO2 emissions across our beachhead market in 2023. Let's now meet the team behind Scroller. Over the last year, we designed, built, validated, refined, and made everything to bring the best product to the market and to meet market needs. On the right, David is a product engineer with over 8 years of experience working for a major automotive manufacturer. On the left, Santiago is an industrial engineer with over 5 years of expertise in renewable energies. And me, I'm a former finance analyst for several companies. We now have this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity of switching to smart and eco-friendly urban mobility. And it's everyone's duty to take it. At Scroller, we're already working on it. Want to join us? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think Lauren has a question, then Javier.
Yep.
Lauren, please.
Yes. My question is regarding the security. In case of having an accident with the scooter, is it not dangerous to have the scooter tied?
Yes, that's why we have this. That was the main concern of our first buyers. During Kickstarter, we released the prototype without this lever that unfastens Scroller. Now, if you feel threatened or you see an emergency, you are in an emergency situation, you can always unlock yourself, unfasten yourself, and throw the e-scooter. So it's not a big issue.
Okay, Javier.
Okay. Hi, Sergey. Thank you for your presentation. My question is about what's the way to approach to the market if you are trying to sell the product person by person or talking with the key players or the big companies with the scooters not in Spain because we have no many, but the Lime and companies like that to use the product in their own scooters.
Yes, we have approached some companies, some kick sharing companies, but as we are not manufacturing this right now, we are a few steps ahead from starting manufacturing. We don't want to lose our chance to bring them the best possible product. So for now, we are. You can order your Scroller at our website, and soon we want to be on Amazon, on other online retailers. Also, offline retailers are very important for us because you don't see all the potential that Scroller can bring you until you try it, and that must be tried to know what we are offering.
Okay, I would like to hear the opinion or a question coming from our lawyer, Maria Olleros. Please, do you have a question?
Yes, it is not a question for Lois right now. It's just more about the competitors. Are there other competitors doing safety things that kind of?
I would like to point out that this is not a safety device. This brings safety perception because you feel in control of the scooter. But this is marketed as just a backrest. And we are the only ones that are making backrests right now in the world because right now we are one step ahead, from having approved our patent in Spain, and next year we are going to extend it to the whole world.
Which means that you don't need any kind of authorization or permission to produce.
Nobody has asked us for that yet, but maybe they will change the regulations in the future. But for now, we don't need any certification.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Salome. Please, can we go to the next startup?
Okay, thank you, Marcos. Thank you, Sergey. Please, could you? Yes, okay, thank you. So we are going to go to the last startup. So we are going to welcome to Joanna Alsina from Land to Plant. Joanna?
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Joanna. Please, could you share your screen?
Yeah. Let's see. Can you all see it?
Yes, we can see it. Okay, you can begin whenever you want.
So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Joanna from Land to Plant, and we're a crowdfunding platform for renewable power plants. And in Land to Plant, we believe that when sharing economy meets energy transition, everyone wins. That's why we want to offer people like you and me willing to fight climate change the opportunity to invest in renewable energy projects with a return rate of 7%, from which Land to Plant only charges a small fee of 20% for each funded project. When investing in our projects, you will not only be earning good money, but you will be also owning your own power plant and be able to track its performance with real-time data through our platform. We have done our homework, and we've seen the great potential that is among us citizens to turn this idea into reality. So we've studied the crowdfunding market, and we believe that the best spot for us to start is the UK and the Nordic countries, where there's more than 2 million energy investors. For the first years, we're aiming to target 0.5% of these, which represents around 13,000 potential customers, or what is the same, 13 million euros. But if we move a bit to the future, as we plan to go international, if we check the same share at the European level, this represents 100,000 potential Land to Plant customers and 100 million euros market. The best thing is that when joining us for a climate change fight, everyone is getting more for less. So, for example, for a 5 kilowatt project, Land to Plant costs are less than half compared to other PV installation companies. And as you can see, you'll be earning and producing around 30% more. Our platform brings together 3 different groups of people: the energy investors, the landowners, and the local construction companies. Our team is in charge of spotting empty spaces with great potential for our projects. And with that, we create portfolios and we post them in our platform. From that moment on, anyone can invest in any of the projects, choosing the amount, the location, and the technology they want to invest in. Once a project is 100% funded, and the crowdfunding platform, the local construction company, has brought the power plant to life, the energy coming from the energy generated is redistributed among the investors depending on how much they invested in the beginning, with a return rate of 7%. We have shared this cool idea with already almost 60 people. And before talking to them, we thought that they would be interested in the climate change fight, especially after telling them how profitable it is. Also, they may have thought about doing something with their savings lately, and also that we may have to explain to some of them how cool the crowdfunding concept is. We were mostly right about these assumptions, but after talking to them, we found out that there might be a concern regarding the money transactions in our platform. And also, they would be more interested in a shorter lifetime duration of the project. But let's talk a bit about money. For that, we have been working with our market, which is more than 2 million people. And as we said before, we're targeting 0.5% of this. Considering a really conservative situation in which an investor only invests one time with us in their life, our cost per product is around 126k euros. But if any of these investors would invest more than once with us, this cost is reduced drastically by reducing the acquisition cost per customer. So assuming a 20% benefit for Land to Plant and that we're bringing to life 13 projects per year, we have an annual profit of around 3 million euros. With all the energy coming from our renewable projects, Land to Plant is reducing the CO2 emissions by almost 70% compared to the actual energy generation in Spain. With this, we give the chance to people like Maria or Javier, for example, to reduce their carbon footprint between 18 and 51%. This is 3.15 tons of CO2 per year that you could save. With our beachhead market presented earlier, we can save up to 45 100,000 tons of CO2 per year. How cool is that? So this is our team. We're Guillermo from Portugal, Maciek from Poland, Roman from Mexico, and myself from Joanna. And we know that with your help, we can make our dreams come true. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I think Ramon has a question for you. Ramon, please.
Okay.
Yes. Hello, Joanna.
Hello.
Yeah, my question is regarding the projects. How do you select the projects? Do they come to you, or do you select them with a criteria? How do you do it? And have you got any responsibility if the project does not succeed?
Yeah. So for the first question, this is actually one of our competitive advantages to other competitors that are doing similar things. So we are not waiting for someone else to come and ask for their projects to be funded, but we look actively for empty lands, for example, or empty rooftops, and we assess which kind of power plant fits better in that specific location. So it's ourselves doing the study and the viability of the projects. That's why we will have a technical team behind that. And for the second part, which was, we only charge the 20% fee if the project is 100% funded. And after that, we are also contracting insurance companies for any other casualties that may occur during the lifetime of the project.
I'm sorry. I would like to hear something about your competitors.
Yeah. So for now, we have spotted competitors in Spain and other countries in Europe. In Spain, the main difference that we're seeing between them and us is, as I said, that they only fund projects from other companies, and also that they are only aiming for the Spanish market. And as I said before, we aim to go international. We want people from the Nordic countries to be able to invest in projects in Italy or in Spain or in Portugal. And we have also spotted different crowdfunding energy companies in France and in the Nordic countries. But they are also doing a bit different things, already buying already constructed power plants. So yeah, we are aware of them, but we know that we have a differentiation points with them.
Okay. Maria?
Yes, I would like to ask something. Hello, Joanna. Just
Hello.
one thing. Hi. How do you organize the information to the investors, and how do you, let's say, how are you organizing the dividends policy or the dividends distribution to them?
Yeah, that would be a great question for my financial colleague. But so all the information is going to be through our online platform. Everyone is going to be having their own profile, and all the information regarding the energy generated and the money invested and the money received. We aim to give the dividends every 4 months, and these dividends are going to be proportional to the amount of or the share that you're owning of the company. So the amount that you have invested initially compared to the total amount of the project cost. And yeah, that's mainly how it goes.
Think about that.
Huh?
You have thought about that, and
yeah.
You have that written. It's very important.
Yeah. And we're getting our next step now. The big step we're facing now, it's actually legal. To figure it out. Because we have seen how this Spanish competitor, for example, is doing it, but it's also in the national level. And as we want to do it international, we're facing these barriers or these challenges that we're trying to solve. So we're getting some legal help to solve these problems and see how can we give these dividends among the European citizens.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Joanna, one question. Do you already have the authorization of the stock exchange national commission?
No, we're not having that yet. But we will have it for sure, because apart from that, we're trying to in the long term provide a marketplace where everyone is going to be able to exchange shares or sell and buy shares of each of the projects. So definitely we will have to need that in the future. Hopefully, close future.
Okay, if we don't have any more questions from the jury, I think...
Can I just add a note on that? Hi, I'm Guillermo from Lento Plant. Just adding a small note on the part of the regulator, because another thing is that one of the barriers to enter the market is actually that in order to be registered as a crowdfunding platform, there needs to be social capital of 50,000 euros before going for the step of going to the regulator and asking for the permission. And that's the step that we are dealing with right now.
Yeah.
Okay, understood. So again, if we don't have any more questions from the jury, I think it's time, Salome, to move to the next step. Can you tell us which one is it, please?
Yes, of course. So the next step is time for the jury for deliberating. So I'm going to move to all the components, to all the persons that take part in the jury to a small group in order that they can deliver. They have, or you have 15, 20 minutes to decide which are the 3 best startups in the competition. So I'm going to proceed to move to a small group, and you have to accept that invitation. And the other persons here in the session and in YouTube, we are going to have another pitches. So please, I suppose you have received the invitation. So I think that everyone in the jury is now deliberating. So we have already the jury deliberating. So teams are a little nervous now. So now it's time also for the public to vote. Here you have the link. In order to proceed with your vote, you have to go to that link, abaesen.es/votación in Spanish, and you have to choose which is your favorite startup in the competition. And now I'm going to invite first to Antonio Sanchez and later on to Ángel Vigues to give us some inspirational thoughts, some advices for the teams, for the startups that are here with us. So please, Antonio. Good afternoon, Antonio.
Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. Buena tarde a todos y a todas.
You can do it in Spanish if you want.
Sí, podemos hacerlo en español y en inglés. Ya hemos escuchado bastante inglés, ¿no? Yo, a ver, 5 minutos de exposición y quiero hacerlo bastante sencilla, ¿no? Como no sé si estáis viendo la pantalla, voy a explicaros un poquito.
La vemos.
Voy a explicaros un poquito el apoyo a la innovación que hacemos desde Hidracua, su centro de innovación de Inapsis y Suez España, ¿no? Cuando estaba pensando en el ClimateLaunchpad, en el cual llevo ya unos cuantos años participando como mentor, me hacía una pregunta que yo no sé si vosotros como startups y toda la gente que está en el público se ha hecho de vez en cuando. Hay muchas definiciones de innovación, pero ¿qué es innovación? El otro día leyendo un libro de, no sé si conocéis a esta persona, de Xavier Masset, creo que me dio la clave, la mejor definición de innovación que he encontrado nunca, ¿no? Es qué van a necesitar nuestros clientes que todavía no nos saben expresar. Yo creo que no hay mejor definición de innovación. Bueno, hay una segunda que nos está pasando en el mercado turístico en este momento, que creo que lo conocemos todos, que es que si no tenemos clientes no tenemos negocio, ¿no? Pero ir por delante de nuestros clientes, qué quieren y qué van a querer, y poder reflejarlo y que ellos se enamoren de nuestros productos, yo creo que es una de las cosas más importantes cuando se estaba trabajando en una startup, ¿no? O se está comenzando un negocio, ¿no? ¿Qué hacemos desde Suez y desde Hidraqua? Os he puesto aquí las cifras del año 2019. Vamos a ver, tenemos una experiencia porque estamos en más de 1000 ciudades en el mundo. Invertimos unos 25 millones de euros en innovación. El 64% de la innovación que hacemos es en proyectos de digitalización y ambientales con impacto y también sociales. Y manejamos unos 383 proyectos de innovación, tanto internos como externos. ¿Y cómo apoyamos la innovación desde Suecia y desde Hidraqua, ¿no? Pues lo hacemos en función del nivel de madurez tecnológica, el TRL que tienen el servicio, los productos, ¿no? Si son tecnologías emergentes, que es con valor inferior a 7, se trabaja con ellos ya sea en proyectos de innovación colaborativos, en proyectos europeos. También se trabaja en un programa de scouting tecnológico donde se va haciendo un seguimiento de estas empresas, estas startups, de estas tecnologías, para ver cómo va avanzando su nivel de madurez. Cuando ya son tecnologías más avanzadas, de 7, pues entramos en 2 programas de apoyo digamos, directamente a la startup. Uno que se llama South Go Seeds, que lo explicaré siguientemente, y luego un programa de inversión de toda la vida en startups, de financiación, de acuerdos, de porcentajes, de entradas, salidas, lo que se llama inversión pura y dura en startups, ¿no? Siempre que estén alineados con los objetivos de la empresa, ¿no? ¿En qué consiste el programa GoSeeds, ¿no? Yo creo que es un programa bastante innovador porque ayuda a las startups, lo hemos visto en algunas presentaciones de hoy, a tener esa primera referencia del testeo de productos en un cliente y esa adecuación del producto a un mercado, ¿no? Apoyamos un prototipo, una prueba de concepto real, realizando una pequeña inversión en este piloto, ¿vale? Mentorizamos todo el desarrollo de las ideas, apoyamos a esta empresa a crecer en esos primeros clientes que son los que más cuestan, que se los buscamos, ¿no? Yo creo que es lo más bonito, al final ver una empresa que tiene una idea, que tiene un producto, pero que por falta de esa prueba de concepto o por falta de ese apoyo, ese partenariado, no puede salir, ¿no? Yo quisiera acabar aquí la presentación y sinceramente estamos abiertos a la colaboración en cualquiera de las necesidades que tengáis en el tema de emprendimiento relacionado con la digitalización del medio ambiente. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias, Tony. Si os parece, vamos a dejar paso a Ángel, que haga su intervención y después damos paso a las startups, por si os quieren preguntar algo a alguno de vosotros.
Muy bien.
¿De acuerdo? Ángel, cuando quieras. No sé si tú tienes presentación para compartir. ¿No?
Que quería darles,
muy bien.
Unas palabras de ánimo a los emprendedores, a las emprendedoras. Y bueno, intentaré ser breve. Bueno,
tranquilo.
Sigo en español, ¿no? Sí,
sigue en español.
Nada, bueno, yo creo que quiero ser breve, ¿no? Porque, bueno, en este momento, pues yo que ya conozco la competición desde hace unos años, me imagino el nivel de los nervios, ¿no? que tenéis, emprendedoras, emprendedores. Pero, bueno, yo quiero ser breve, pero tengo que mantener la tensión un poquito más. Así que bueno, nada, deciros que, bueno, yo creo que es todo un orgullo para todos, bueno, por lo menos para mí, pues ver el talento, ¿no? que habéis demostrado esta tarde, la pasión con la que habéis presentado vuestros proyectos de negocio, la compañía, ¿no? y el ímpetu que tenéis, ¿no? y las ganas de hacer las cosas diferentes y encontrar, pues eso, una respuesta diferente a la que ya hemos visto, ¿no? que nos ha llevado al punto en el que estamos hoy. Y bueno, y también sobre todo la calidad y la creatividad con la que desarrolláis, ¿no? y con la que habéis trabajado. Y bueno, el bootcamp también ayuda, ¿no? un poquito en esto, pero bueno, deciros que no envidio para nada en este momento a los compañeros y a las compañeras del jurado, no tea, no shade, pero en este momento no tengo ninguna envidia de ellos, porque seguro que lo tendrán muy complicado, pero bueno. ¿Qué deciros? Pues yo creo que ya sabemos todos, ¿no? que la lucha contra el cambio climático pues es una prioridad y es un reto global porque nos impacta a todos, ¿no? Desde la parte pública, la administración pública, a las empresas privadas y al final a las personas, ¿no? Como personas, ¿no? Como individuals. Y en definitiva, pues al impactar en tantos ámbitos, pues yo creo que es evidente que es una prioridad y buscar, ¿no? Nuevos modelos de negocio, nuevas iniciativas que tengan evidentemente hay que crear empresas sostenibles, ¿no? Porque si no son sostenibles como negocio, pues no vas a poder generar muchos cambios, ¿no? Pero con esta doble rentabilidad, ¿no? Tanto la sostenibilidad de la compañía como aportar ese granito de arena en la sociedad y en el cambio, yo creo que es fundamental. Entonces, pues vuestro talento, ¿no? y las ganas y el ímpetu que tenéis por hacer cosas, en definitiva, creemos que son un vector fundamental para conseguir estos retos que socialmente, pues yo creo que todos tenemos bastante asimilados. Y bueno, yo creo que para muestra, ¿no? del impacto y del alcance que tiene esta situación, pues solo hay que ver, ¿no? Muchas grandes compañías están aplicando iniciativas o están tomando en cuenta, pues, ideas y fórmulas para combatir el cambio climático. Deciros, bueno, pues en Banco Sabadell la verdad que la sostenibilidad es uno de los propósitos desde hace ya unos años. En la transformación digital, bueno, basada, ¿no? en la transformación, diríamos, basada pues, en componentes digitales y en nuevas tecnologías, pues la verdad que se han introducido y hemos introducido pues, algunos cambios, ¿no? en esta transición hacia un desarrollo sostenible, ¿no? Hacia un nuevo estadio o hacia nuevos horizontes donde la sostenibilidad a todos los niveles pues es fundamental. Bueno, también el banco pues, está involucrado en el grupo de banca responsable, de los principios de banca responsable de las Naciones Unidas, ¿no? Como signatario fundador. Yo creo que esto es también una demostración de intenciones y bueno, también está alineado, ¿no? en la actividad. Buscamos alinear la actividad también con los objetivos de las ODS de sostenibilidad. Y bueno, y ya para terminar, que no me quiero enrollar mucho más, sí deciros que, bueno, justo recientemente, yo creo que estos días ha salido, no sé si todavía estará saliendo en prensa, el nuevo marco que hemos lanzado desde Banco Sabadell para la emisión de bonos vinculados a diferentes compromisos de las ODS. Creo que en total abarcamos creo que hasta 10 de los objetivos de las ODS. Y bueno, yo creo que es algo que por lo menos a los compañeros y a las compañeras con los que puedo hablar habitualmente, pues nos enorgullece, ¿no? Lanzar este marco de emisiones de bonos vinculados a las ODS. Y yo creo que hasta aquí, ¿no? No sé si les he lanzado algún mensaje, si he podido ayudar mucho o poco, pero bueno, espero que el jurado lo tenga ya bastante avanzado. Si yo estuviera como este de otros años, pues sé que me costaría un poquito. La verdad que los proyectos son muy chulos y todos tienen sus cosas. Pero bueno, hasta aquí.
Muy bien, Ángel, muchas gracias. El jurado está todavía ahí pensando, porque tengo ahí un chivato en el jurado y me están diciendo que todavía están en ello. Entonces, si os parece, vamos a dar paso a nuestras startups, por si quieren aprovechar la oportunidad para preguntar algo o para dar alguna sugerencia a Hidraqua con Dinapsis, ya vi startup.
Eso es.
No sé si alguien tiene alguna pregunta.
Es el buen momento, ¿no? Para que aprovechen con Tony conmigo.
Efectivamente, lo que pasa es que yo creo que ahora deben estar tan nerviosos que igual ni se lanzan. Mira, Miguel ha encendido por ahí la cámara. Miguel de Bright y Solar, por encender la cámara, Miguel, te toca el primero, venga.
Hola, muy buenas, ¿qué tal? Pues mira, yo quería preguntar si en un minuto nos puedes resumir cuáles son los criterios o líneas básicas para establecer acuerdos de colaboración para financiación a terceros. Por ejemplo, en nuestro caso, en un marketplace, para disponer de fondos de financiación a un tercero, a un usuario que se quiera hacer su instalación, o bueno, cualquier otro, yo creo que nos aplica mucho de los proyectos. ¿Cuáles son los criterios, líneas clave, criterios de selección a la hora de establecer acuerdos de financiación?
Ángel, ¿no? Entiendo que le preguntas.
Bueno, si
sí, disculpa, perdona, claro que sí, perdona.
No te preocupes. Pues muy buena pregunta, Miguel. A ver, hay soluciones y hay herramientas que permiten lo que se llamaría la financiación al consumo, ¿no? Yo creo que es bastante habitual si pensamos en el mundo tradicional, ¿no? Cuando hemos ido no sé, por ejemplo, al dentista o a cambiar de coche, cualquier otra opción, ¿no? Cuando tienes que hacer una inversión no muy grande, ¿no? Pero sí mediana, que a lo mejor en ese momento, que creo que es un poco por donde tú lo enfocas, no es decir, oye, quiero hacer una instalación y pues me vendría bien conocer opciones de financiación. Existen las opciones de financiación al consumo, como, que es por donde me he quedado, ¿no? En la vía tradicional, pues cuando ibas, no sé, al concesionario o al dentista, pues ellos tenían toda la información y te la facilitaban. Hoy en día en los canales online también existen fórmulas cuando vas a comprar para hacer este tipo de financiación. Yo creo, si quieres, oye, y ya Salomé o cualquier persona del equipo nos puede poner en contacto si quieres que hablemos con más detalle, pero bueno, yo creo que sería una de las fórmulas más adecuadas o que mejor podría encajar para lo que intuyo, ¿no? Que sería un poco la necesidad que comentas. Existen fórmulas, de si son inversiones pues ya más grandes, pues sí que hay que, por ejemplo, pues si lo asimiláramos a la compra de una vivienda, pues ahí ya habría que tener una interacción one-to-one entre el financiador y el usuario final, ¿no? En ese caso, la opción que podríais tener desde Bright Solar es la conexión, pero en inversiones más pequeñas que tenga que hacer el usuario final, hay fórmulas y hoy en día incluso herramientas de scoring automático que lo permiten. Entonces, es hablar con la entidad, somos nosotros, o sea, tu banco habitual, y buscar estas soluciones. O sea, y que te expliquemos, voy a hablar en el plural majestático en nombre de la banca, ¿no? Que te expliquemos un poco el funcionamiento y los requisitos que no tienen por qué ser todos iguales. Igual alguna entidad te pide que hayas tenido ya un mínimo de facturación, algunos clientes o algún dato, pero vaya, que es asumible cuando, como te explicaba en algunos ejemplos, ves que en una clínica dental o en un concesionario o en cualquier otro comercio de este tipo ofrecen financiación al consumo. Pero no sé, espero haberte respondido, ¿no?
Sí, fenomenal. Muchas gracias. No obstante, si maduramos esta cuestión y no tienes inconveniente, estaría encantado de poder.
Perfecto. Autorización plena por mi parte para que den mis datos de contacto.
Gracias.
Muy bien. Muy bien. Una preguntita más de Juanjo de ESUS, porque ya tenemos las votaciones finalizadas. Juanjo, ¿habías levantado la mano? Pero ahora creo que se ha congelado. Sí. Bueno, no sé qué ha pasado. No pasa nada. De todos modos, ya tenemos al jurado aquí de vuelta. Tenemos las votaciones del público. Ya tenemos toda la información.
Salomé.
Marcos, ya lo tenéis claro, ¿no?
Sí, nosotros ya hemos
Muy
hecho
bien.
nuestras decisiones. Normalmente solemos pelearnos a puñetazos, pero ha sido complicado. Entonces, lo hemos resuelto por la vía pacífica.
Muy bien, de acuerdo. Pues nada, el público también ha votado ya. ¿Cómo procedemos, Marcos? Si quieres anuncio yo primero el premio del público. Vale. Pues voy a anunciar yo el premio del público. So, we have had 191 votes, and the winner from the public is ESUS Mobility. Okay, congratulations.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Pues, enhorabuena equipo, nos falta un efecto de sonido, pero daros por aplaudir.
Danos la ola.
Que teníamos el tambor, pero nos ha fallado, por eso lo he hecho yo. Te lo hago yo, Marco, si nos falla te lo hago yo, no te preocupes, ahora cuando anuncies tú.
Muy bien, vale, perfecto. Bien, pues ahora me toca anunciar los premios de los que hemos decidido el jurado. Deciros que, bueno, antes de hablar un poquito de esto, me gustaría deciros que para la asociación desde luego es un honor y es un placer contar con esta edición de premiar las mejores ideas, por lo que suponen un efecto en la lucha contra el cambio climático, que es algo que defendemos con todo nuestro corazón desde que nos fundamos en el año 2006, pero también porque suponéis una inspiración y nos volvéis a poner en el camino a los más de 160 profesionales y empresas que formamos ABAESEN, porque vuestra pasión y vuestra inspiración por nuestros principios fundacionales, repito, es algo que nos lleva al camino de nuevo y que no solo nos sirven de inspiración, sino también nos sirven también como oportunidad para enfocar nuestras propias actividades, y de eso, desde luego, también pues hablaremos en el futuro. No me quiero extender mucho, sabéis que los premios, en qué consisten los premios de ABAESEN, porque lo han explicado, los premios de climático, porque lo han explicado perfectamente al principio de la reunión. Solo deciros que lo vamos a completar también con el primer ganador. Tendrá también un premio de branding, que tendrá un bono completo de marketing y de diseño de marca, que le vendrá muy bien para cuando su empresa lo rompa en el mercado. Y también las naves nos va a complementar con un acceso a formación de medición de impacto social y medioambiental y sistemas de certificación para empresas de alto impacto. Para hablarnos de esto y también para hablarnos de qué iniciativas tiene el Ayuntamiento de Valencia, contamos con Carlos Galeana, que es concejal de innovación, a ver que lo diga bien, como tenéis tantas competencias, ¿verdad? Concejal de innovación y gestión del conocimiento del Ayuntamiento de Valencia, al que además también me gustaría felicitarle por la reciente presentación del modelo de gobernanza de innovación en la ciudad de Valencia orientado a misiones, que creo que es la primera ciudad europea en hacer algo parecido. Entonces, Carlos, por favor, cuéntanos un poquito en qué consiste este galardón de las naves y también cuáles son las iniciativas del Ayuntamiento de Valencia en lucha contra el cambio climático. Carlos, tienes el micrófono es importante.
Perfecto, pensaba que me lo dais vosotros, yo no quería tocar nada. ¿Qué tal? Buenas tardes a todos. Bueno, pues como has dicho, soy el concejal de Innovación y Gestión del Conocimiento de aquí, del Ayuntamiento de Valencia. Y bueno, nuestro trabajo lo desplegamos a través de la Fundación Las Naves, que es el centro de innovación social y urbana de la ciudad, ¿no? Que es un espacio, bueno, de reflexión, de conocimiento, de conexión de agentes del ecosistema innovador, también de experimentación y prueba de todo tipo de proyectos alrededor de la ciudad que queremos para el futuro, que como bien has dicho, pues hemos presentado el tema Missions Valencia 2030, que apuesta por una ciudad más saludable, más sostenible, más compartida y más emprendedora, ¿no? En la línea de lo que está pues llevando Europa. También es un lugar de evaluación y de transferencia del conocimiento y evidentemente de divulgación de la cultura innovadora en su más amplio sentido, ¿no? Y bueno, pues dentro del área de experimentación y prueba de las naves tenemos nuestra propia aceleradora de emprendimiento y de triple impacto. Es una aceleradora pública, creo que es la única que hay en la ciudad, ¿no? Tiene un triple impacto económico, social y medioambiental y que se llama Colab. Y bueno, pues tenemos 3 programas: preaceleración, aceleración y scale up, ¿no? Nos sentimos la verdad que muy identificados con estas ideas que están proponiendo hoy, pues porque son el tipo de ideas que evidentemente acogemos en nuestro programa de preaceleración y aceleración. Bueno, de hecho, el ganador del público ha estado con nosotros en las naves, que bueno, es el tipo de ideas que proponen soluciones para la ciudad sostenible que queremos que sea Valencia. Y bueno, el premio que comentabas y que hoy hacemos llegar a los 3 ganadores tiene que ver mucho con nuestra aceleradora. Se trata de un training en economía del impacto. Más concretamente, en la medición del impacto social y medioambiental y una formación en sistemas de certificación para empresas de alto impacto. Una formación pues altamente cualitativa y bueno, yo creo que necesaria y que necesitarán a la hora de rendir cuentas y de convencer a futuros socios e inversores sobre el alcance social y medioambiental de la actividad, ¿no? Y bueno, cómo su empresa contribuye hacia esa descarbonización y economía verde en la que estamos ya pues todos inmersos. Y bueno, simplemente espero que disfrutéis. Enhorabuena a los ganadores y a los finalistas por estas ideas transformadoras y adelante. Muchísimas gracias.
Muchísimas gracias a ti, Carlos, por acompañarnos en esta jornada y darnos la visión del Ayuntamiento de Valencia, que la verdad, tengo que decir con orgullo, yo soy ciudadano de Valencia, que estáis llevando muy alto el nombre de la ciudad en materia de innovación y en materia de lucha contra el cambio climático, que eso es algo, sinceramente, que la ciudad y los ciudadanos están demandando cada vez más, como lo vemos frecuentemente en las encuestas de opinión de todos los estamentos, ¿no? Así que, de nuevo, gracias. Por favor, quédate con nosotros, porque ahora me toca a mí, en solitario, mencionar quiénes son los ganadores de esta edición de ClimateLaunchpad. Salomé, ¿puedes recordarnos, es que a mí me gusta añadir tensión, soy así de mala persona, ¿puedes recordarnos, Salomé, en qué consisten los premios, por favor?
Sí, el primer premio, bueno, en castellano, ¿no? Seguimos en castellano. El primer premio es un cupón que da a branding, que puede consistir pues, en mejorar el logo que tenga la empresa, en mejorar la presentación, su página web, etcétera. Temas relacionados con marketing. Eso es el primer premio. Los 3 primeros premios tendrán acceso al clúster de ABA Essen, y los 3 primeros premios también tendrán acceso a la formación que solo se puede acceder por invitación cerrada de las naves que ha explicado el concejal don Carlos Galeana. Y aparte, los 3 primeros son los que acceden a la final regional europea que tendrá lugar el próximo 10 de septiembre. Será también una final 100% online donde competirán junto con otros 13 países de Europa, con las 3 mejores startups también de otros 13 países de Europa.
Fantástico. ¿Lo tienes preparado para decirles uno a uno del tercero al primero o cómo lo tienes?
Ah, no, pues aquí no lo he escrito, si quieres lo escribo.
Lo digo yo.
No, lo dices tú. Venga, lo dices tú directamente.
No solo la lucha contra el cambio climático está ahora mismo de actualidad, sino también la lucha contra esta pandemia que estamos sufriendo todos, y como tercer premiado en el día de hoy vamos a concedérselo a una startup que está trabajando en ambos campos de actuación, así que el tercer premio va para Minbox.
Bien, aplausos.
Muchas gracias, la verdad. Gracias.
Enhorabuena. No solo, repito, la lucha contra el cambio climático tiene que ver con energía, y aprovecho también que hemos hablado antes con el concejal de innovación del Ayuntamiento de Valencia, porque la movilidad también es algo que preocupa y mucho, y es uno de los grandes objetivos europeos, por dónde reducir emisiones de CO2 y también ahorrar energía, y una startup que combina ambas cuestiones es ESUS, y para ellos va el segundo premio.
Muchas gracias, muchas gracias.
Además coincide con el
Muchas gracias.
Público.
Y yo creo que ya, ¿no? ¿Se me olvida algo?
El primero.
El primero. Estaba yo en otra cosa, perdón. En la búsqueda de lucha contra el cambio climático y de innovaciones, desde luego, también es muy importante llevarlo a todos los aspectos de la vida, y el consumo también es un sector fundamental, donde hay mucho que hacer, ¿no? En los bienes finales, en las cosas que usamos en el día a día, o incluso también en la ropa que llevamos. Y es aquí donde hemos visto adecuado que el primer premio vaya para Wear Pure. Será el campeón de la
Chirac. He doesn't speak Spanish, so he doesn't realize that he was the winner.
Chirac, but we have...
Chirac, you are the winner. Please, some words.
I'm still able to digest the information. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We have a question for you.
Yes.
Your shirt is coming from your technology or not?
Not this one, but we already have made some prototypes ready. So probably in the final we will have.
So there is a condition on the price. You must go to the European competition wearing one of your products.
Definitely.
Okay, it's a promise, right? So, Salome, I don't know if we have any further questions to discuss, or should we?
No. So we have finished it. So thank you to all the teams, and remember the words from Pablo from Ostilium, that it is not important to have won the competition, but it's important to learn in the way to arrive to the competition, to the final competition.
This is very important. This is a short thing in the long way you will have with your startup and with your future companies. So please keep working. The jury has been delighted with all the proposals, and it was a hard decision after all. But I would like to encourage all of you to keep on fighting for your dreams, and I hope to see your startups become big companies in the near future. So thank you very much for being here, and see you very soon.
Yes, thank you to everyone. Bye bye. Thank you.